What's going on, YouTube? It's Prahatma Gandhi, back with some more Choices That Matter, and the sun went out. And when we left off, we went into the temple. We found some very strange people with golden eyes. And now we are traversing further into the temple because we can't even go back up because one of the golden eye dude found me. So now we're inspecting a carving, and now let's continue. From my research, I had become familiar with the carvings found at Coricancha, but these were completely new. My good lord. They're making new carvings now? I raised my light to better see them. Sharon tilted her head to the side and ran a finger over the one close to her, disturbing the dust. This looks like it hasn't been touched in forever. I don't recognize any of these figures. You probably don't, for a reason. I raised my phone camera so I could take a photo for analysis later on. There was only so much I could do from here. Teacher, the motif of the sun is present throughout. Really? I see that motif. Oh my god. My table keeps catching my headphones. I murmured, trying to make sense of the depiction. In the center stood a single man, arms outstretched with wiggly lines coming off him. Above him were two suns, one dark and one light. I remembered reading about human sacrifices in the time of an eclipse. It had to be related to what I was seeing here. Maybe. That same figure was in a different illustration down the wall, tied to a pole before a crowd of people, and killed by robed figures. The next section showed the spirit of the sacrificed figure ascending to the sun while the people celebrated around his body. So what I'm getting here is that we start killing people until the sun is contained. Sharon said, touching the last motif. No, do not turn her into a murderer. This is what they used to do in times of eclipse. Oh my god, okay. Let's just go ahead and... Alright, I'm back. Now let's go ahead and tell her that is what they did in times of eclipse before she starts murdering people. Maybe even me. I took several quick photos of the carvings with my phone camera before turning towards the next deep tunnel. Sharon put a hand on my shoulder and stopped me. Did you hear that? Oh no, they're following us. They gotta be following us. They have to be following us. They gotta be. I stilled and strained my ears to hear what she had. Soon, muffled footsteps reached me. Oh, no. It was coming from the stairs we had descended earlier. Oh, yep, they're following us. I shot her a careful look. She nodded, not needing me to tell her to be quiet. I shielded my light and hustled downwards to the next section of the tunnel. Given the echoing nature of stones, there was no telling how close the people were or how many of them there were. The only certain thing was we couldn't go back the way we came. Oh, there better be an exit. Sharon gripped my shoulder as we continued on in the darkness, too cautious to use my light. After a while, I stopped and listened once more, but I heard nothing but silence. Either they're gone or we're too far away. I think we should try to head back. We're getting nowhere. Hell no, we're gonna stumble on them. Sharon murmured to me. I shook my head before realizing that she couldn't see me. You have to trust me. I know what I'm doing. You've come too far. Just take my word on it. I'm gonna just say I know what I'm doing, just to maybe see like if it calms her nerves a little bit. Because honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. Sharon was silent. I took that as agreement. Modi said there was an exit down here, and I trusted Modi with my life. I would trust Modi with my life too. I would. I switched my flashlight back on and continued making my way down. Sharon followed right at my heels. You better not scuff my shoes. Within 10 minutes, we reached another opening, and I could stand and stretch again. For a moment, I thought I had stepped out in the open and was seeing stars above me in the night sky. I stared in wonder at the carnivorous. Okay, no, I did not say that right. Cavernous area around me. I said carnivorous. I wonder where we are below the city, teacher. I don't know and I don't care. It is unlikely that any buildings would be supported on such porous ground. They were probably in the middle of the desert. If they have a desert in Peru, I don't even know if they do. What I first thought of as stars were actually shafts of light coming through the ground above us. The sun was high in the sky, it being nearly noon. What? In front of me, like an old adventure movie, was a rope bridge. Oh no. Well then, let's go. Probably safer to climb down and then back up, but it's up to you. Sharon appeared at my shoulder, staring down into the ravine that the rope bridge crossed. Which will it be? I'm not the best at climbing, but I am not crossing a rope bridge. No, we're climbing down and back up. You're right. Let's head down, I told her. She nodded, leading the way. It had once been a river, but either beavers got at it or humans did, because it looked like it hadn't seen a drop of water in decades. I hurried along, still mindful of the pursuers behind us. Teacher, please be careful. Something's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna fall. Someone's falling. Snap. Who was it? Was it me or was it Sharon? A branch broke under my foot and I began to fall. It was me. Oh god, it was me. Oh god. Sharon, standing right next to me, grabbed my arm and steadied me. Oh, Sharon. Sharon. I breathed a sigh of relief. She waited until I was steady again before releasing me. Easy does it, mate, she said, starting to climb up the other side. Oh my god. Oh my god, indeed. Teacher, are you alright? Nothing but a bruised ego, Modi. Yes, exactly. Reaching the other side took longer than I had anticipated, but we got there in the end. Bodhi seemed as pleased as I was. Oh my god, I almost died. Teacher, it seemed that the escape path is on your left. However, judging from the gold inlay of the statue ahead, we might find something useful before we leave. Modi wasn't wrong. Now that I was close to it, I could see that it was in fact a statue, not a bundle of rocks haphazardly placed. The natural light fell easy on it, allowing me to look at it without my flashlight. It was a statue of a robed man with a gem adorned his forehead. A constellation of stars were depicted on the robe. Ooh! Behind it were more statues, some of them praying to the man. Was it Inti, the sun, the god of the sun? Maybe, because it is a temple. So, but it couldn't be because more statues were preparing to sacrifice the man, and that made no sense. Stepping back, I looked for anything related to the sun, a motif or depiction, but found nothing. Yet this statue was, as Modi had said, cast in gold. Yo! Steal it. I don't understand, Sharon mused. I agreed. Sell it to the Pawn Star dudes. Fishing a lighter from her pocket, she held it close to the statue's outstretched hands. There was something in the palms, but before I could inspect it, it suddenly became dark. Teacher, I believe this is what humans would call an omen. Just light it again, Sharon, I urged, staring hard. When she didn't answer, I turned. I couldn't see her in the dark. Frowning, I cast an eye around. Why did it suddenly seem darker? Wasn't there light coming in from above? It's barely noon, she whispered. I can't bloody believe it. Suddenly, I understood. No, don't. The sun is no longer visible, teacher. Ah! The sun is out. Nah, we panicking. We panicking now. Sharon was the first to make a noise between us. She was only out for 3 hours last time, right? She said, tapping my arm. It'll be back. I didn't answer. I looked down at my flashlight, grateful that I had it with me. Sharon was less optimistic. If that's all we've got, then we aren't going to last long, she said. Not without batteries. I have spares in my bag, I answered. Doubly grateful that I kneeled to find them. I just need something to cut them open. She snorted and passed me an army knife from her pocket. I raised an eyebrow at her. My daddy didn't raise a fool. Teacher, by her logic, she's assuming that you are a fool. This seems unkind to me. Perhaps she's angry at you? No. She's simply explaining that she is not, Modi. Come on now. I looked up again at the dense blackness. We have to get topside, see what's going on, I said, talking more to myself than to Modi or Sharon. Sharon weighed in with her opinion anyways. What do you think has happened? She said in a manner that suggested it was rhetorical. The same as last time, no sun, no light, no heat. I waved one arm at her, picking up on another sound while she was ranting. Uh-oh. They're getting closer. They're getting closer. Footsteps. Suddenly, two robed figures emerged from the darkness. One woman and one man. Are they the dudes that kidnapped me? They were lit up with a lantern. With my eyes adjusted to the dark, I could see them clearly. They both had golden eyes. Oh, good God, Sharon, run. Sharon, run. Run, Sharon, please. I can't lose you. No. The woman hesitated when she saw us, tilting her head to the side as if surprised that we were there. Her male companion was less hesitant. He lifted a gun in his hand and pointed it towards us. I'm gonna die. Or at least Sharon will. This is the second time that I have been shot. This is the second time that I have been shot. This is the second time. The head of the stone figure next to us exploded into pieces, showering Sharon and me in dust. I grabbed her arm and made a leap for the escape path, ducking into the short tunnel. Okay, I haven't been shot yet. We hustled as quickly as we could into the cramped space, Sharon beside me. Much quicker than it had taken us to get down into the bowels of the temple, we busted through a hidden door into a different cellar. Head up the stairs. I charged up the stairs, not risking being caught, Sharon right behind me. I broke down a door with brute force and found myself in an abandoned home. Judging by the decor and the layers of dust, no one had lived here in years. Opening the lock on the front door was another easy matter with my lockpicks. Soon we were out in the open under the sunless sky. Oh, okay, so the sun really is gone. Sharon pushed ahead of me into the dark. I have to go and find Chrissy, she muttered, taking her phone from her pocket. She's afraid of the dark. Poor possum. With no source of light and nothing but her wits, she took off into the street, quickly being swallowed by darkness. Looking around, I realized that I had no idea where I was. Nothing around looked familiar, and there were no lights in the distance to guide me. Are we lost, teacher? You know it. Yeah, we are. I laughed. The question suddenly seemed funny to me. It's only the sun, Modi, I said, flippant. Sailors used to travel via the stars, you know. My father taught me. I trailed off as I looked up, unable to recognize any of the constellations my father had taught me as I studied the dark sky. It had been a long time. Good God. Where do you wish to go, teacher? I want to follow Sharon. Take me back. Okay, take me back to the temple then. Yes, teacher. I will direct you back to Kurakancha. Sighed, I started walking, hoping that by the time I got to the temple, our assailant would have fled. It didn't take long before people were back in my view. Lots of people, all headed in the one direction. Seems to be the parade from the Inti Rami festival, teacher. Oh, I fused into the crowd, casting an eye around me. Everyone was panicked, some crying, Peruvians and tourists together, all going in the same direction. Where are they heading? To the temple. This road takes them to the temple, teacher. Hey! Ahead, a golden-eyed man pointed a finger at me. Enraged, he made his way in my direction. I can't get away from them! The crowd stumbled into him, making it difficult, but with boulder-like muscles, he waded through. I looked around. With the direction of the crowd, I could outrun him. Maybe. He was large. I knew I couldn't beat him in a fight, but maybe I could use the crowd against him. Fucking run. Just run. I broke into a full sprint, pushing people out of my way as I ran. I didn't dare look behind me, but I knew from the shouting my pursuer was falling behind. The temple comes into view over the head of the Peruvian crowd. It was a testament to the Incan and Spanish architecture, one rising from the other out of the ruins, and beautiful in its own right. It was also full. Great. People were crowded around the doorway of Coricancha, attempting to get inside. It was the end of days, and they were trying to make good with their gods. Around the side, the historian I had met yesterday was battling through people with a key raised above his head. Okay, he's still alive. That's good. Stopping in my tracks, I was jolted by the crowd, causing me to stumble a little. When I looked up again, I could no longer see the historian. He had disappeared into the temple cellar. Is he part of those people? An impervious wall of people was in front of me. The likelihood of being crushed by a human stampede was a little higher than I liked. Take a moment to figure out a plan. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do this then. Alright, I'm back. Okay, I'm gonna take a moment to figure out a plan. I took a deep breath and reminded myself that this was not my first rodeo. I was a professional. I could handle it. Attempting a more objective eye, I looked over the crowd again. My vantage point on the small incline gave me a good view of the area. Was there a pattern in the way the crowd moved I could exploit? Was there an object that could help me get to my goal? There was something. I just had to find it. Teacher, perhaps this isn't the best time to pray. There are many people here. Did you think I was praying? I do not understand what has brought them here. Everybody needs something to believe in. Fear is a strong motivator. You damn right. A chill ran through me as I shivered. The temperature was dropping quicker without the light from the sun. I checked the time on my phone, finding I had limited service. Last time the sun was out for 3 hours. I wondered how long it would hold this time. Abandoning the temple, I cast a regretful eye across the landscape. Perhaps being around the temple right now wasn't a good idea. In any case, I turned around and started fighting against the crowd attempting to leave. Modi, did you link Sharon's phone to mine? Yes, teacher. Okay. At least that was something. Find her. We'll join her and figure this mess out. I cannot do that right now. Modi, do as I say. Why? I currently require an update. Right now, really? While undergoing, I cannot access my location services. This will only take a moment. What is the purpose of this update? Bug fixes. Is it gonna stop your back talk? All right, Modi, update away. Thank you, teacher. I shall let you know when the update is complete. As Modi was updating, I continued to push my way through the crowd. Considering everyone was heading towards the temple, it was more difficult than I liked. At one point, I nearly ran into a yellow-robed figure, but thankfully I managed to evade them. Oh my god. How many of those people have I ran into? My toaster strudel is ready. No, oh, never mind. My software update is complete. I am ready to direct you to Miss Sharon now, teacher. I would not suggest trying to call her as her battery is nearly dead. I frowned, unimpressed, and checked the details of Sharon's location. It seemed like she wasn't too far from me. A half-hour walk closer with a vehicle. There was a little Vespa scooter nearby, presumably left lying on its side by a panicked Peruvian. We ain't stealing, bro. Modi's gonna question me. He might call the authorities on me. Walked to Sharon, knowing it might take longer. I sighed, knowing that Modi would pick up on the legality of stealing a vehicle. I knew it! He would! I started walking, slogging through the masses of people still trying to reach the temple. The herd thinned somewhat, but I couldn't ignore the scene around me. People panicking, screaming, crying. There weren't any stunned faces looking for an explanation like the last time. Somehow, this time it was worse. After 30 minutes, we arrived in a little neighborhood. Modi guided me towards Sharon's phone until I was standing just outside a house. It was smaller than Sharon's, quaint, but with all the lights off, an ominous feeling grew in my belly. Oh no. We've arrived at our destination. Oh look, the version number changed again. It's .215. Okay. I am concerned. All the other occupied houses have their lights turned on. I felt the same. Nah. We headed into the house. She's in there. I yanked the front door open, no longer caring about being quiet, and stepped inside, searching my surroundings with my flashlight. Everything was in a shamble. Chairs knocked over, dishes shattered and broken on the floor, the stuffing pulled out of the couch, a small glass from a photo of Sharon and her daughter Chrissy. I knew it! It's probably it's Chrissy's house. I spotted a hunched form on the kitchen floor and slowly approached it. If you got a gat, you need to pull it out. I checked, teacher. This is the resident of Miss Sharon's daughter. It does not look good. Yeah, I know it doesn't. No, it did not. I knelt next to Sharon and laid a hand on her shaking arm. Oh, good lord. You don't ever say this to a female. Is everything alright? Well, fuck it, I'm saying it. She reared up and slapped me hard, pushing me back onto my rope. Okay. That's why you don't say it. I looked up at her in surprise. I left Australia so this wouldn't happen, she screamed, standing above me, tears on her face. I was being good. I wasn't taking any risks. And then you better get the fuck out of there. I need to get out of here. I'm gonna die. She pointed down at me, shaking with rage. You come along and give me a taste of what I've been missing. Miss Sharon is upset. No dip. Thanks, Sherlock. I know, Modi. I held my hands, preparing to fend off another hit from Sharon. Abruptly, she deflated, falling to her knees again. They've taken my daughter because I was helping you. Oh, no, she's dead. She's dead. She's dead. Gotta leave Sharon. I gotta leave Sharon as quick as I can. Her daughter's dead. She's gonna kill me. Who? She pointed and I turned my flashlight in that direction. Sitting on the countertop next to the sink was a yellow robe. God! We'll get her back, I told her urgently, but we have to go. There could be more of them coming back. No sooner were the words out of my mouth, I felt the thud in the back of my neck. I blinked, unbelieving, and raised my hand to pluck out the dart lodged there. Oh, good lord. Sharon hadn't noticed. My vision was already starting to darken, and a dizziness took me over. I had only seconds before I was unconscious. Warn Sharon, you know who the attackers are. I reached out and gripped Sharon's arm as I fell, toppling on top of her. Are you... Okay, I do not condone rape. Just so you guys know, I do not condone rape. Sharon, run, I gasped, passing out in the next moment. Waking was strange. Oh, good lord. There was an annoying ticking in my head, so I raised my hand to brush it away. Looks like someone is awake. Uh-oh. Am I sex slave now? Great. The low drawl of a man reached me and my eyes snapped open. Sharon was lying beside me unconscious. There was a dark bruise across her jaw. Oh, you hit a woman? Wow. You're a big man. Standing above me was the man who shot me, shrugged on a yellow robe. He gave me a slow looking over. Oh, he's checking me out. He's like, nope, okay, so you're the one who's been causing all this trouble for my children of the 100th day. I only seek the truth. Okay, we're gonna leave it off here, but you know what? I'm gonna say I only seek the truth. I don't need to know. I need to know who these people are. Who are you people? All right. Now, I'm gonna call that the end of the video. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and bye.